Scorpio, born October 23rd to November 21st, what can you expect for the month of October 2019? Let's tune in and find out. Wow, there's like something that hits you really close to home. So it reminds me of like the best of times, the worst of times. So it reminds me of like some big giant celebration, like something really good happening for you. And then there's having to deal with somebody else who's feeling jealous or feeling anxious or feeling left out or not happy about your success or feels neglected or feels like you disrespected them or whatever other kind of ego conversation you can have. So it's kind of like this really good thing with this really bad thing. So it'd be like if you got a promotion at work and your best friend is jealous or, like that, or, something good happens for you and your spouse is just gets depressed and says, why doesn't anything ever good happen for me? So it's like they're raining on your parade kind of energy. And you want to be careful because there's a lot of intensity in this month. We have a full moon in Aries, October 13th. So that's a really big energy. And then we have the new moon in Scorpio in your sign, October 27th. So there's these really big, robust energies that are happening. So all the signs are going to have to deal with this kind of like in your face sort of energy. So there's a lot of direct conversations this month. You guys will probably be fine because you're used to it. You're just used to you prefer it. Great, where's the problem, right? But when you add that full moon of Aries energy to it, it can be blockbuster, right? And not going anywhere positive. So you just want to be careful with the energy. The best thing is to relax into it, be diplomatic, hear people out, and breathe a lot. But there's a lot of positive things that are happening this month too. So let's start looking first at romantic relationships and see what's in store for you guys for the month of October, for those of you in a coupled romantic relationship. So I feel like there's a lot of support that you may be getting from your partner about life or in general or about something positive that happens for you. So it feels like there's a very supporting energy that's happening. There's also opportunity to get things off your chest and to clear up some past issues and or conversations. This is where you want to be careful that you don't overindulge in your dramatics or in theatrics because you're going to lose the other person. And they're going to have more energy this month to kind of deal with you or to fight back with you. So don't be surprised if suddenly your partner, who maybe is a little more, will maybe acquiesce to you occasionally, may not this month, right? So just be aware that there's this equal energy in the field. And so it's okay to step back and to allow your partner to have their say and to allow things to come together. I think if you can be gracious that way and patient that way, your partner will be able to say some things that they haven't maybe in the past been able to say. So don't be alarmed or surprised if suddenly your partner is bringing up things from 3 months ago or 6 months ago or a year ago. They're doing it because of this energy. They can finally have the strength to talk about it. It's able to come up out of the subconscious and go, wow, I never got over that. Or geez, do you remember when you did XYZ? So, I'm just forewarning you now so you don't feel like, where is this coming from, right? You're just jealous about my job promotion, right? It's like, no, it has nothing to do with that. It really does have to do with there's an opportunity now for things to come up and out. And we may make the mistake of going, oh, they're just jealous because of this. So the point being is trust them, listen to them. If they're talking to you about something that they're feeling, it doesn't have anything to do with today. It's being brought up because it's being brought up, okay? So don't add to the storyline. You'll just make it harder. They're not being triggered by that. It's this energy that's actually allowing things to come up and to be released. And because it's such a strong energy, the Aries and Scorpio energy, it allows them to say things that they would normally not say. And the same may be true for yourself. You may find that you're a little more emotional than you normally are, right? Or it could be that you're a little more intense than you normally are. Again, those are the additional energies. So it's really about laying low, unplugging, right? And really enjoying your partner and acknowledging them for being able to stand up and say something that they need to say to you, right? That maybe it's taken them a lot of effort to actually bring this up. So be tender and be aware that it's probably taken them a lot of courage to be able to approach this with you. Okay, so I do feel like there's something that they're going to talk to you about, that they need to be brought up, that they want to get off their chest and want to be complete with. And all you have to do is say, thank you, babe. Glad you brought it up. Right? And you move on to the next thing. Okay. So now let's look at those of you in a coupled relationship. We just did the couples. Now those of you that are single, looking for couples. Let's see what's in store for you. So a lot of times, Scorpio, you guys you're so quick to read people that somebody's approaching you. They're just approaching you. They haven't even said hello yet. They haven't even got to you. And you already have it played out about, the whole relationship, boom, 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 not going to work. And they haven't even said hello. So, your capacity to really read between the lines is really beautiful, but it can also be, it can also stop you from really being able to be in relationship with somebody. So you want to slow down and give that person another chance or a new chance, right? Like somebody new. And let go of, I know how this is going to end, or I know which way this is going to go, or all people who look like this, or all people that blah, 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 right? Be careful of that automatic reaction that you have so that you can actually let somebody get close to you. And just be patient with yourself. Be patient with the process. I do feel like somebody can sort of slip in the back door. What I mean by that is like you're kind of surveying here, looking at people and seeing things and judging them for whatever they are or aren't. When somebody comes up behind you and just like surprises you and knocks you off your feet, it's like, oh, wow, I didn't even see that coming, didn't even see you coming. So there could absolutely be a surprise romance that you are just clueless about and so shocking, right? Like, and it could even be from somebody from your past. Now, I say that because we have Mercury retrograde October 31st to November 20th. Yep, it's here again. And with all its wonderful little blessings and tidings. So a lot of times that brings new loves back into your life. So I wouldn't be surprised if a new love shows up at the end of the month with that little tap on the shoulder and or just a surprise, meaning somebody completely new, it could be as well. But the Mercury retrograde would allow for somebody new coming into your life. So just be aware that retrograde is coming up. And the good news is it's not at Christmas time this year. So that's a positive thing. So what you want to do is just be able to relax into this energy. There's a lot of opportunity, Scorpio, for you this month creatively. Huge creative energy, huge resources. Let's go into your money and career. So let's start with the money for Scorpios. So you can pretty much get your hands on whatever you need. There's opportunity to be able to draw from your past or from somebody new that you've met. So the sources are there for you if you want to buy a house, if you want to, take a trip. There are opportunities for you to be able to get your hands on what you need for those things. If you want to have a baby, everything's so expensive. There's money to be had for that. You just have to dig a little bit beneath the surface. How about your career? You're really, I just see you at the top of your game. And this month, you have a ferocious appetite for getting things done and making it happen and being on top of the things. And you want to be careful because you can turn into a bitch. With this kind of energy, the level of intensity and the level of fame and the level of credit that can come to you is really big, right? Like there's a lot of opportunity for an expansive role here for you. And you want to check yourself because it's one of those energies that is so good and it's so positive and it's so, up your alley and you've earned it and you deserve it and it's perfect for you. Don't let it go to your head though, right? Keep your feet on the ground. And create that humility that you have so well in you, Scorpio, and bring that to it, because there's so much energy with this. It can really put you over the top where you just like, nobody wants to be around you, right? Because it just turns into being a prima donna. So you want to be careful with the energy. It's really big here for your career. There's big doors that can open for you. Gosh, my solar plexus hurt. And that just has to do with some fear that it's not going to happen. So what you have to do is just kind of relax into that, relax into those fears, and don't make it mean anything that you're feeling that. Like, just let it go. It is what it is. And then just do what you need to do. Take care of yourself. Put in the phone calls, put in the work, put in the effort, right? Make those connections and just be your loyal, loving self, and you're going to be fine. And but opportunities really big this month for you in your career. Okay, let's look at your health for Scorpios. I feel like you could be extra stressed out this month, so you may want to check your B12s, right? Your vitamin Bs, and making sure that you have enough energy. So for me, the way I'm rating this, it's more around energy, being tired, being burned out, burning the candle at both ends. So just slow down, making sure you're getting enough sleep, make sure that you're exercising, and then go ahead and take whatever supplements you need to take to make sure that you're giving your body all the nutrients it needs. But it feels like the health risk this month is just burnout, just getting tired and burned out. So if you check yourself and make sure you're going to bed on time and taking the right supplements, you'll be fine. And that occasionally, burning the candle on both ends, that is not going to burn you. All right, let's look at any surprises for you as Scorpios this month. There may be a disappointment in that somebody was going to handle something for you and it fell through the cracks and they didn't. And that the surprise is that you have to take matters into your own hands in order to get it done. And it could be anything from, asking your spouse to do something and they didn't do it and it falls through, to your assistant, or it didn't, they didn't do it, it fell through, or, like that. Or you asked a parent and they were going to do it and it didn't happen. So it just feels like, there was this idea that something was going to happen and it doesn't, and then you end up picking up the slack. And of course you handle it beautifully, but that's that little bit of like, right? So just, you might want to double check or triple check conversations that you've had throughout the month about somebody doing something or following up with them to make sure that it gets done without riding them, right? Without like hovering on their shoulder. But just be aware that there's this potential of somebody completely forgetting and you having to come in and take care of it. And it feels like it's kind of like a big deal. It reminds me of like, oh, they forgot to order the wedding cake, or oh, they forgot to order the photographer. Like, what? That was the one job you had, and we're getting married in 2 weeks and we have no cake. Like, it can be like something like that, right? But it feels kind of like a big deal. But at the same time, I feel like you come in and save the day. So now that you have a heads up for it, it shouldn't be such a big deal, and you'll know exactly what to do. All right, Scorpios, thank you so much for viewing and watching my intuitive astrology. If you like it, please click like, share your comments below, and share it with your friends. And I hope you have a wonderful October, and I look forward to seeing you again next month.